So, as well as creating new images and photos with ChatGPT's image feature, you can also edit images and photos. Here are 5 ideas. So, as well as using ChatGPT's new imaging feature to create photos, images, and designs from scratch, you can actually use it to edit existing photos and images as well. So, here are a few business ideas of how you might be able to use these features, a few use cases, if you like, that you could employ. So the first thing to note is that it is important to go for the create image prompt. So if I just scroll down a second before you actually type in your prompt, then you've got the prompting box here. And if you click on the three dots, you'll see that there is the create image option there. So you do want to select that before typing in your prompt. So the first one, what we're doing here is making the background transparent. Now, this is typically something that you would do with a logo, such as this logo. This isn't a real company. This is actually an AI generated logo, but that doesn't really matter for the purposes of this exercise. And you can then use that transparent logo on any background at all. So you could put it on any colored page, background page on your website, printed materials, anywhere you like. So it gives it more flexibility. So the image doesn't have to be an image of a logo, but I'm using the example of a logo because typically making a logo background transparent is a standard kind of like job for, or was, should we say, a standard kind of like job for a graphic designer. But now you and I can do it in ChatGPT. So the prompt is remove the background from this logo so that it has a fully transparent background, keep the logo itself sharp and unchanged. So that's obviously important. We don't want any changes in the logo itself. So if we scroll down, we can see the results of that. So not bad. This is now transparent. So I can place that on any background. It's the same size. And yeah, all looks absolutely fine there. So job done. I have to say 10 out of 10 for that one. Then we move on to the next one where we're going to enhance the resolution of a photo. So quite often your photo or your image might be fairly low res and you want to improve the quality of it. So ChatGPT can indeed do that. So in the example here, it's a chap at a desk table, coffee cup, empty papers there, little tablet laptop, not very clear on the screen. And if you look closely, you can see that the his teeth, for example, are quite sort of like pixelated, and there's a few other pixelated bits in the image as well. If you look closely, particularly around the coffee cup. So let's upscale this photo using the prompt, enhance the resolution of this photo while preserving as much detail and sharpness as possible. Aim for a high quality print ready version. Now, because what essentially ChatGPT does is recreate the image from scratch, there's often a danger here if there's a person involved of the likeness not looking much like the original person. But actually, I think in this one, I think you'll agree, it's not too far off. It does, I would say, you would recognize that as the same person, but it has been upscaled, so it's much clearer in terms of what's on the screen here. No pixelation in this area. You can actually see the gaps between the teeth. You can see lines on the face. The hair is quicker, clearer. Let's just go back. You can see much sharper than the anything basically in the image there. Even if you look at the water bottle, for example, just partially out of shot there. So yeah, nice one. So in terms of marks, gave the first one. Did I actually mark the first one? Not sure, but I'd probably give the first one 9 out of 10. Going to give this one 8 out of 10. So then we move on to the next one. Now, a really useful feature is the ability to extract notes from a handwritten document. So if you've been handwriting notes in a meeting, for example, either in an in-person meeting or on Teams or Zoom, then you can extract those notes. So here we are, my handwritten notes from a Teams meeting here. Just basically a preliminary meeting prior to a training session. And the prompt is extract and transcribe all legible text from these handwritten notes, maintain the original order of words, and flag any unclear or illegible words. So let's see how it's got on. And pretty good. Got the date at the top, just like we've got on there with the training session. We've got Intro to Copilot ChatGPT. I think you can actually read the Copilot just about, although I suppose you could argue it looks crossed out. Attempt by me there to make the lettering a bit clearer. I mean, some of these words here really aren't that legible at all. I mean, my handwriting isn't the best, but you'll see. Let's see if we can get an example of that. So, for example, we've got non-economists there, 10 people, but it's managed to pick that up perfectly. So we got all the information here off the notes, pretty much 95% accuracy, I would say. So I'd probably give this 9 out of 10, in fact, because it really has done the job well. Now, the purpose of this video is to show you how you can use ChatGPT to edit images and photos. But what I could do, I could actually go further here and ask ChatGPT to create say briefing notes for my training sessions. I'm not going to do that, but just to sort of show you the possibilities of after you've extracted text from some notes from basically a scan or a photo on a mobile phone is good enough. Then you can then, depending on what the notes are, you could analyze them or repurpose them into different types of content. One more to go. So another two ideas here. So this one is changing the dimensions. So we're going to go from a horizontal image of these two laptops on a train to a vertical image. So I'm saying resize this image to 820 by 180 pixels. Keep proportions if necessary, or crop intelligently to fit the specified size. So let's see how it's got on. So we haven't got much of the seat there visible, but if I scroll down here, you'll see that we've now got a vertical image, the right size. However, it is a bit disappointing because if you look closely, the letters on the keyboard aren't quite right. It hasn't regenerated that, and that one's actually even worse. I wouldn't expect perhaps at that sort of range to get the lettering on the screen right, but it's all gobbledygook, so not proper letters there. But the resolution on the seats are pretty good, and kind of has done the job. I mean, it's very difficult. It's a very difficult task actually to recreate for any editing tool to make a horizontal one into vertical, and you can see it has done a bit of cropping on the sides there. And yeah, I think it's cheated, isn't it? Because it's actually overlapped this laptop on the right is like sitting on top of the laptop on the left to give it a bit more room to work with. But yeah, I did say sort of crop intelligently, so maybe that fits that definition. But overall, a bit more disappointing than the others, so I think I'll probably give that 6 out of 10 for that one. And finally, removing a background. So this is a typical task where a person could be in a background and you want them on a different background. To a certain extent, you can do this with the transparency approach, but this is a little bit different because you can actually just use ChatGPT to instantly create any sort of background you want. So I've got a picture of Molly May Hague here against a PR type background at an event. And we've got the prompt this time, remove the current background of this photo and replace it with a modern office setting. Ensure subject, Molly May Hague, edges on new background are clean and natural. Now, I was really impressed with this because we've got very, very good likeness of Molly May Hague here. We got the good office background as desired, exactly the same sort of like hair and hair texture, all looking really sharp edges around the suit, and yet you can almost believe if you didn't know that that photo was taken in an office. So pretty sort of like natural looking, and just go back once more, and pretty good likeness, and actually it's improved the resolution of the image of the photo whilst we're at it. So yeah, quite impressed with that one. So I think I will give that one 9 out of 10. So there we go, 5 use cases for using ChatGPT's imaging feature New feature, just to run through those again. So, making the background of an uploaded logo or image transparent, increasing the resolution of an uploaded photo or image, so upscaling essentially, extracting text from a scan of handwritten notes, changing the image size, or replacing the background. So, there you go. Hope you found that useful.